Hello guys, this is another thing else, another Paint's video, and this time I'm going to talk about Acrobat Architype from Pathfinder 2nd edition. Yeah, archetypes are basically you take the dedication feed, and now you can take things from the archetype. And we're starting with Acrobat. Well, Acrobat dedication is pretty good. Okay? First, as long as you're trained in acrobatics, it immediately gives you expert. Then at 7th level, gives you master at acrobatics. And at 15th level, you become legendary. And remember, pretty important thing because, well, you get legendary in acrobatics, which is legendary in a skill just because you took this. This is a very good fit. And additionally, because this would just make it worth taking. But now, additionally, whenever you succeed at an acrobatics check to fumble through an enemy space, you don't treat the enemy's space as difficult terrain, which is another cool thing that it gives you. We have also control list, which makes you able to squeeze out of tight situation quickly. So essentially, you just get quick squeeze fate. And if you're master at acrobatics, you can do this at full speed. And whenever you escape using acrobatics, the enemy is flat-footed against your next attack. Which, once again, this would be very good. This would be very good on, for example, rogues and swashbucklers that take, that fit that is called fumble behind. So, yeah, now, toot toot. Or toot toot. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's from Firebrands, which is the new book that I have not actually gotten yet. I haven't actually gotten any information from Firebrands, but I will check if I have any spare money for Firebrands. And yeah, just prerequisites. It's one of these dedications. So even though you have this, you still need another dedication for that. Which means that if you're a duelist, you can combine that, even Acrobat, to actually get it. Which, yeah, is kind of a big thing that you need to actually take this. But let's check what actually does it. So, other than dealing damage with triggering strike, attempt intimidation check with +2 circumstance bonus to demoralize all enemies within 30 feet they can see you. If you critically succeed at your check to demoralize the target of your strike, their attitude toward you improves by 1 step while also becoming frightened 1. Yeah, I mean, for roleplay reasons, this should be very good, For roleplay reasons, I think that this would be very, very good for roleplay, I mean, I don't know if I can say more. But at roleplay, you can just do this pretty well, and also at combat, it also may be pretty useful, But because of the attitude towards you improving, this seems to be way better for roleplay, because if the creature's attitude improves towards you, you can just do this and then attempt to, for example, use for example, diplomacy roll for something. And if you do use your diplomacy, then the target is frightened 2. Then the target has -2 to its will DC, so it's essentially +2 to your thing. which is pretty good. Now, dodge away. So you use your acrobatic maneuvers, and you can press one circumstance bonus against an attack. If the attack misses, you can step after the strike. And if you're master at acrobatics, you can step 10 feet. While doing this. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it can be pretty good, but situational. I think that just doing it just like nimble dodge would be way better. Graceful leaper, well, yeah, you can roll for acrobatics instead of athletics when making a high jump or long jump. Which, yeah, will be good, will be very good, but you know, if you want to like do a cloud jump and stuff like this, you still need to put ranks into your athletics for that. Now, show off. Show off will be seems like a pretty cool thing. I think you succeed an acrobatics check deemed subtably challenging and meaningful by the GM. And another firebrands thing. As in traditions of many firebrands, you call your shot with extra bit of greater stunt. On a success, you gain normal resource of the check plus invigorated by your stunt, you gain temporary hit points equal to your level. Double your level on a critical success. Yeah, you lose any remaining hit points after 1 minute. Typically challenging task is one with at least standard DC for your level. Though the difficulty may higher depending on situation. Which, yeah, I mean, temporary hit points, it's pretty good during the battle. But it seems like something that would be just way more situational, because it seems like it would appear more often in a roleplay scenario than a battle scenario. And in a roleplay scenario, I don't know if you like need any temporary hit points and stuff like this in a roleplay scenario. And now, fumbling strike. You attempt an acrobatics check against the reflex DC of an enemy adjacent to you. Critical success. You move through the enemy space, unoccupied space. This movement doesn't trigger reactions. You can't move farther than your speed. At the end, and you must end the movement adjacent to the enemy. After moving, you make a melee strike against the enemy, and the enemy is flat-footed to that strike. So yeah, it's just like fumble behind, pretty much, for swashbuckler. Except this time is way better for rogue rather than just swashbuckler, because you know, you need to make a strike. And you know, finisher wouldn't be really that. Finisher is not a strike per se. I think that you cannot do this with a finisher. However, if I'm incorrect on this one, I'd be happy if you corrected me on this one. Once again, another thing. So if you succeed a fumble through or fumbling strike moving through an enemy space, the mockingbird is a master of running into foes and coming away with their weapons. Mimicking their skill, you strike at the foes, fumbling past them, weakening their grip. You attempt to disarm the enemy whose space you move through. You can use acrobatics instead of athletics for this check. That one is pretty good. Now, fumbling opportunities, once per minute. So yeah, now, once per minute, if you have acrobat dedication and your most recent action was fumble throw or fumbling strike and you succeeded on it, Um, you attempt to trip the enemy whose space you fumble through, and now you can use acrobatics instead of athletics. So, yeah, it's pretty much just like Mockingbird's disarm, but it seems kind of better to me because this one uses a free action and the other one uses a reaction. And a quick spring, which is, for example, I mean, not for example, sorry, I'm kind of tired, that is for some reason banned in Adventures League. I mean, not Adventures League, I mean Pathfinder Society. Sorry, I play a lot of TTRPGs. Even though I don't like D&D, I sometimes use like the words from D&D that appear in it. Okay, I'm just making sure that the audio is still like recording because, you know, sometimes the audio just cuts out and I need to re-record the whole thing. Now, if you master at acrobatics, and if you're a firebrand, then when you fumble through, you stride up to twice your speed. I mean, if you fumble through, it's not that important for the most part, but I can see that if you're having like a battle on a big battlefield, and you're the one who has like a higher initiative than enemies, then I can see this being really useful. So as you can see, that's everything from the Acrobat dedication. I mean Acrobat Architype. So yeah, just summing it up, Acrobat is a great tool for both rogues and also swashbucklers. I could also see many fighters using that. However, also, just remember that it's not just for them, because many classes can use the ability to can use just the legendary and acrobatics. You know, pretty much every class could use the legendary training in acrobatics. It's just pretty good. It just allows you for more things, and especially things like gunslingers that don't use strength, but still, for example, if you're a gunslinger that is like a sniper that just jumps across the buildings, and your gunslinger is a sniper gunslinger, but rather than going for strength or something like this, you want to go for intelligence because you're a mindful assassin and stuff like this, and you're just smart, use all of skills, then I could see you just picking up Acrobat dedication just to later pick Graceful Leaper at level 5. I mean at level 7. Which would be level 8 for your feats. Which, you know, I don't even think that you need to sacrifice your thing, because there's a skill feat. That just functions pretty similarly, I think. That you can take if there's an Acrobat dedication, so you can actually just do it like this. I think. Or this is the feat. Oh yeah, it's a skill feat. Forgot, so yeah. So you just sacrifice one class feat and one skill feat at level 7, so which probably would be like level 8, unless you try to sacrifice your general feat for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just remember, try to find your own path with freaks of nature. Saying it, of course, in a lovingly mocking way or something like this. Just not to like insult any of you.